Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Exciting day today because, as promised, I do have a new team for you guys, which we will get into in just a second here. But our first match with that team today is going to be against LORD JIMJACK. So, there you can see my new team on the left-hand side there. We do have a couple of familiar faces here. We do have the Donphan, which is a Pokemon I've used more recently here. Then we have the Rotom Wash and the Salazzle, which are some Pokemon I haven't used in a little while here. And then we have some new Pokemon I've never used before. Those are going to be the Orthworm, which is that special shiny one we got just recently, the Farigiraf, and the Iron Valiant. So once again, put together what I feel is an interesting team of Pokemon that I all like more or less, so looking forward to seeing what we can make happen with this squad. So looking at the opponent's team here, it looks to be pretty powerful, kind of illegal as well, but we'll see if we can roll with it. So what do I want to lead with here is the question. I think we're actually going to go with the Farigiraf in this one. And we're going to see how that works out. All right. So there he is. And he's going to go ahead and lead with the Glimmora, kind of as expected, as I do lead with the Farigiraf. So, we're in an interesting situation here. We could start to set up, but I feel that it's a little too early for that. So what we're going to want to do here is just go straight for the Psychic to knock this thing down to a potential Focus Sash that it's carrying. So he does stay in, he does outspeed, goes for the Stealth Rock to get that entry hazard set up on us, which is unfortunate. But we are just going to go for the Psychic in return here, and that is going to knock this thing all the way down to the Focus Sash that they normally always carry. So this turn, any attack we go for is going to take this thing out for sure. Again, it's probably a bit early to set up here, so we're just going to switch it up and go for the... I think we'll go for the Dazzling Gleam, actually, just in case he decides to switch, which he does actually decide to switch to try and save this thing. And he's going to go ahead and come in with the Grimmsnarl. So that actually works out very well for us as we go for the Dazzling Gleam here. We are max special attack. That is going to take this thing down by over half, so it is a two-shot. We're just going to stay in and go for it again here. No reason not to, as he does go for the Light Screen here. That is going to give him that special defense increase for all of his Pokemon for several turns. We go for the Dazzling Gleam. Unfortunately, after that special defense increase, not quite enough to take that thing out. So yeah, he is definitely getting pretty set up on us here. So I think what we're going to do in this situation is we're actually going to go ahead and switch to the Donphan of our own here. Reason being is if we can get the hazard up, then he's going to have multiple Pokemon that are going to go down upon switching in. So we come in with the Donphan, take the Stealth Rock damage, and he's actually going to go for the Parting Shot here, which is unfortunate. He's going to lower our attack and special attack, and then he is going to pivot out. So he is going to get a matchup on the Donphan, whatever he chooses, which is not great, but... So he is going to actually just come right back in with the Glimmora, which is also not great, as we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers, putting us back up to full. So the problem with this situation here is he could definitely just go for the Mortal Spin if he's packing it to poison us, which would not be good. So, how do we want to play this? If we do hit this thing with a physical attack, unfortunately it's going to set Toxic Spikes. However, we do have a Poison type on the team that we can use to soak those up and get rid of them. So you know what? Before this thing can do any more damage to us, I think we're just going to take it out with an Ice Shard, as that is going to come through and just go ahead and finish that thing off. It is going to lay the Toxic Spikes, unfortunately, but we'll just kind of have to deal with it. So the Glimmora goes down, and he goes down to 5. So that is not bad for us. Glimmora is always a pain to to deal with as a lead, as it always gets some form of hazards up typically. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Iron Bundle, which is obviously bad news. We have a little bit of an interesting choice to make here because we actually do have coverage for the Iron Bundle, so we could just try to attack this thing, although I don't know if I really want Donphan to go down right now, because we'd basically be sacking our Donphan to do that, which I kind of don't want to do. So I think what we'll do here is we'll actually just go ahead and switch directly into the Rotom, as we do resist both this thing's stab moves. And we won't get poisoned because we have Levitate, obviously. So there is that. And we do take the Stealth Rock damage, though, as he is going to go for a Freeze Dry. So he kind of anticipates the switch, which sucks for us. And that's actually just going to go ahead and one-shot with a critical hit our Rotom, which is really, really unlucky for us. That's going to knock us down to 5. So he might actually be Specs based on the fact that that killed like that. So I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to switch directly into the Salazzle now to go ahead and soak up those Toxic Spikes. Unfortunately, the Stealth Rock is going to break our Focus Sash, which does really suck. But we do get rid of the Toxic Spikes, which is good. So this thing, one of two things is going to happen right now, because if this thing is not Choice Item, it is definitely going to outspeed us and probably take us out. So if it is Choice Item, which I suspect it may be, although it's hard to tell based on that crit before, then he's going to be forced to switch. So I think what we're going to do here is we're actually going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and we're just going to kind of hope that this thing is Choice. We have to kind of scout it at this point, as he is going to switch, so that is confirmation that he is definitely going to be Choice in some way. He's going to come in with the Grimmsnarl, and we are going to go for the Sludge Bomb here, which is just going to finish that thing off outright and knock him down to 4. So that's definitely good news for us. So we can get that out of the way so he can't set up any further on us. So we'll see what he wants to bring in response. It is going to be the Chi-Yu. So obviously this thing is bad news. It's going to do the Beads of Ruin to lower the special defense of all our Pokemon. We don't really have a great switch into Chi-Yu, unfortunately, based on what we have left. This thing could be going for a Dark Pulse here, although I don't know that that's a risk that I want to take. How do we want to play this is the real question. A lot of times these things are choice as well. I don't really want to risk switching straight into the Iron Valiant, because if we get that prediction wrong, we're going to be in serious trouble. So I think the best thing we can do here is just stay in and go for the Sludge Bomb, as he does outspeed us. He goes for the Psychic, which is the safe bet, and that is just going to go ahead and destroy our Salazzle there and knock us down to 4. So now, if this thing is choice, which we don't know if it's choice or not, but if it is, we can definitely switch into the Farigiraf. And so I think that's what we're going to try to do here, is we're going to try to switch into the Farigiraf, trying to read this thing being choice. So we're going to come in with that, take the Stealth Rock damage. And so I think what we can do here is we can try to set up a Calm Mind on this thing, and if he is choice, he's going to have to switch. So I think we're going to attempt to do that here and see what he wants to do. Just trying to scout out to see what he wants to do and get some more information here. So he is going to stay in and go for the Psychic, actually, which is kind of interesting. So to me, that means that he is choice for sure. I'm not sure what he was reading on our side, but we are going to get the Calm Mind here to go ahead and give us a special attack and special defense increase. So that's actually great news for us. And then we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers as well. So we're sitting at +1 special attack, special defense. I definitely don't think he stays in this turn. And I think what we do this turn is we're going to go on the attack here. And probably, if I think, let's see, what would he switch in with? He does have a few viable options, so I think our best bet would actually be to go for the Dazzling Gleam, so that's what we're going to do. And he is indeed going to go for the switch, and he's going to go ahead and come in with the King Gambit, so that's kind of what I was thinking he would do. So he's going to go ahead and get the Supreme Overlord to increase his attack, obviously. We go for the Dazzling Gleam at +1, and that does virtually nothing to this thing, so that is pretty disappointing. As we are then going to get some HP back with the leftovers, and the light screen's going to wear off, so that's why. I almost forgot he still had the light screen up. So now, what are we going to want to do here now? So we are sitting at +1. We do have a trick up our sleeve here in the form of the Terra, so we could definitely Terra Fairy to resist the probable Sucker Punch and or Dark move that's coming here. The only question is, do we want to pop our Terra? Because I don't know if even Terra boosted without the screen, based on that initial damage, I don't know that the Dazzling Gleam is going to be enough to take this thing out. But you know what? We might just have to go for it here. We might just have to go for it here. Although, you know what? Actually, I don't think we really have to go for it on second thought, because we do have a relatively easy switch into this thing in the form of the Earthworm. So we're just going to do that instead. We're going to try to play it safe here. And switch directly into the Earthworm as we come in with that. The Special Shiny, of course. Take the Stealth Rock damage. And he's going to go ahead and Terrastallize. So there's that. He's going to go ahead and Terrastallize into a pure Steel type. So it's definitely a good thing that we did not try to enact that strategy we were considering. As he goes for the Iron Head here. It is Terra boosted, but we do have a massive physical defense, so we actually take that pretty well, which is nice. And we are going to regain some HP here with the leftovers. So now the question is, what is he going to want to bring in on this thing? I think probably the best thing we can do here is just go for the Earthquake straight away. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. He actually stays in, goes for the Kowtow Cleave, and he actually gets a critical hit, which is really unlucky. I'm pretty sure that that crit more than likely did matter, so since we are max HP. So that really sucks. More bad luck our way this game. That's going to take the Earthworm out and knock us down to 3. So definitely in a little bit of a rough spot here. The best thing we can do at this point, I think, is go ahead and come in with the Iron Valiant. So that's what we're going to do. We do take the Stealth Rock damage, and we're definitely just going to go straight for the close combat here. We pretty much have to. We are Choice Scarf, so we should outspeed, and yeah, he is actually just going to Sucker Punch. Doesn't do much of anything, as we do resist that X4. Go for the close combat in return. That's definitely going to take the King Gambit out. We do take the defense drops, but definitely worth it to get rid of that thing. And that's going to knock him down to, I believe, 3. So, yeah, we're still in the fight here. We'll see what he wants to bring in now to face the Iron Valiant. And the good news about this is we are, I think, able to conceal the fact that we're Scarf at this point. So that might influence what he wants to do here. Depending on what he does, Iron Valiant might be able to get something going here. But we'll see what he wants to do. And he is going to come in with the Iron Bundle. So the question at this point is going to be, is this thing Scarf? I feel like no, it probably isn't. And we're kind of getting to the point in the game where we really can't make any big risks, so I think the only choice we have here is just to stay in, go close combat, and hope he's not Scarf. So that's what we're going to do. As he is not Scarf, we outspeed, close combat, incoming, and that's just going to go ahead and one-shot this Iron Bundle outright, which is absolutely incredible for us. Take another round of defense drops, but the Iron Bundle goes down, and that is going to knock him down to 2. So Iron Valiant getting us back in the game here, which is incredible. At this point, he's definitely going to realize that we are Choice Scarf, and now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Chi-Yu. So he's going to get the Beads of Ruin to cut the special defense. Now, this thing may well be Choice Scarf itself. And if that's the case, he's going to... I think, depending... I'm not sure, but I believe we naturally outspeed the Chi-Yu. But I also believe that if he's max speed investment, that he will outspeed us. So I think, how do we want to play this here? I think the best thing we can do, I think we really just have to stay in here and just see how this plays out. So we're just going to stay in close combat as we do outspeed him. Incredible. So close combat going to come through once again and one-shot the Chi-Yu as well. Another round of defense drops, but it doesn't matter as the Chi-Yu goes down and he goes down to one Pokemon. So Iron Valiant absolutely putting in the work here, getting us in the game, and it is awesome. So finally he's going to come in with the Breloom. And so I think there's no reason for us to not just, or is there? Actually, you know what? I think there is a reason for us to switch. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and actually switch into the Farigiraf here, because with all these defense drops, we might actually get taken out with a priority move here. And we do have the Grass Immunity on deck with the Farigiraf with the Sap Sipper, so we're going to go ahead and come in with that. As we take the Stealth Rock damage. He goes for a Mach Punch here, kind of as expected, which does do quite a bit of damage to us, knocking us to a quarter, and then we are going to get some HP back with the leftovers. So we might not actually survive another Mach Punch if he decides to go for it, but all we can really do here with the Farigiraf is click Psychic, so that's what we're going to do, and see what he wants to do here. So... how is he going to want to play it? If he goes for the safe play and tries to Spore us, that's going to work out great for us, as he actually goes for the Bullet Seed, not thinking the Mach Punch is going to take us out, as the Sap Sipper is going to block that, giving us a physical attack increase. That doesn't really matter. As we go for the Psychic, that's going to knock this thing all the way down to a Focus Sash, but it does survive. Because of it, we get a special defense drop, which doesn't really matter. And we do get some HP back with the leftovers, to the point that now we, I believe, can survive the next Mach Punch. So we're just going to go ahead and click Psychic one more time here. That Sap Sipper is not common on the Farigiraf, but definitely came in clutch there for us, as we'll see how he wants to play it. He's going to go for the Mach Punch, trying to take us out, and sure enough, it is now not going to be enough to finish us off, as the next Psychic is going to be enough to go ahead and finish the Breloom off, and that is game. Alright, so we're going to win that one 3-0 against Lord Jimjack. But that was actually a really fun match. Pretty competitive, pretty high-octane game there. And just an all-around good one and an all-around fun one. Alright, so... that's it. Thanks for watching again, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So, that's it, and we'll see you next time.